3, 2, 1. Oh my!
September was when I had to retire, and it was just like, I couldn't like grip my racket anymore.
Like, you must have had to ask yourself some really hard questions during that time. Are the Olympics on the radar?
They're definitely on the radar,
Yeah.
but like there's little stepping stones, of course, before them.
Hi, I'm Aisling Blake, commentator at PSA Squash TV, and today I'm here with Sabrina Sobhy, artist in residence and USA number 4. We're going to have a chat, we're going to get to know Sabrina a little bit, and we're going to do an art challenge. Now, Sabrina, why in the world are we doing an art challenge?
I'm not quite sure. I still don't know, but I enjoy art with on my free time, and just something I do occasionally for fun. So we're gonna test out our skills today.
Okay, well, there'll be one person who's skilled in this operation. Our producer Rob is going to send us a WhatsApp through of the picture we are going to draw, attempt to draw, actually draw. So let's get started. Let's see here. Oh. I just... You have a head start though, Sabrina. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I'm a team player. But you do have a head start because I was skulking around your Instagram and you've been doing self-portraits since June. And I'm not giving I'm not giving too much away here, but maybe, I mean, we'll see what the outcome is in, you know, whenever we're finished. But you got my question, I suppose, is you got back into art in June. Is that right, or a little bit earlier?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe in June.
I've been trying to, so I've been finding some things that are fun for me, and I mean, I don't think I'm a good artist by any capacity, okay. And I just think it's a good hobby. It's a good mindfulness practice. It's something outside of squash that I can build a community in.
Where does the creative, like your mom's a music teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, where does the creative, is that where it came from? The creative streak in you?
My mom is not artistic. I think my aunt is actually quite artistic.
Right.
She actually painted that.
Oh, that's so cool.
That picture right there.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where it has stemmed. But and then I don't know. There's so much downtime on the tour, and a little bit like when I first started out, when I didn't know that many people, and everything was like, and I was living in Egypt, I had a lot more downtime, I feel like, so I just got back into art then.
So yeah. Your downtime is, we better get going here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've got a competition to win. So your downtime is on the tour now, as you're back on the tour full time. Does that include drawing?
Always bring some stuff with me.
Yeah.
It's not, maybe if I'm like on my own, I have at events where I have a lot more of my alone time, I think I'll do art more, but like I find myself doing it more on game days, because then it like makes me sit and kind of rest and distract myself, especially if I'm competing in the evenings. Yeah. I feel like that is something I have done in the past a lot more.
So I was thinking about your injury time off and all of that kind of stuff. Your timeline from that point to now is a very, it's 12 months, pretty brutal. So I want you to talk us through September, which is when it happened, then December 31st, and then I want to skip to March, April time.
September was when I had to retire, and I guess was aware of a serious injury, or at least like a serious injury that was hindering me from competing or playing even. But I had like some wrist pain over that summer, July and August. It wasn't enough where I was like, okay, I really need to address something right away, but it was definitely present while I was training. And then, obviously against Hanya in the Paris Open, had to retire. And it was just like, I couldn't like grip my racket anymore. Like, so I knew like something, an additional to whatever I was feeling in my wrist was present. It took a while to figure out exactly what was the cause or what was the injury, in addition to the wrist tear. I ended up getting like a bunch of scans at the Egyptian Open as well, and then the Paris Open. So I had like these scans from Cairo and then from Paris, and would like bring them to the doctors here, and they were like, "Why? Why do you have some scans in Arabic and then some in French?" I was like, "I don't know, dude."
Like, welcome to the tour.
Yeah. But it was about the time of the U.S. Open last year where they realized it was a fracture in the hook of the hamate, which is like...
Can you, show us where that is? Because we can see a scar.
Yeah, there's a bone here that like sticks up that's a hook-like.
Okay.
That's why it's called the hook of the hamate. And then, yeah, I tried to heal it like without any surgery. Surgery was an option right away, but there's obviously some complications with doing surgery with your playing hand. So I was like, okay, I'll put in a splint and try to immobilize it and stuff like that, and see how it goes. But it could, like, my hand like just couldn't heal. It was like not getting enough blood flow.
Wow.
Like, it's really hard to heal this spot anyway, because if you like hit it and the bone like unionizes like unevenly, then there's complications with that too. So
your birthday is the 30th of December. Yay, go you. You're 28. And then 31st, New Year's Eve rather, you have surgery.
Yeah.
Why on the 31st of December?
Well, it was early mid-December where I tried like a couple casts. I've tried like a bone simulator. I've tried everything possible without surgery, and then that was just, all right, let's do this. We have to do the surgery. That was like the only option. We had an earlier date. The insurance didn't approve it in time.
Oh.
So we had to push it back a little bit later, and the doctor was like, one of the dates was the 31st. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it got done.
Yeah.
And then you're like, right, back on track, rehab. I'm feeling good. And then in March, you have the wrist re-tears.
Yeah.
So which is another injury.
Yeah.
So you're looking to be like, yep, cool, I'm going to go back on tour. And then you have this other setback. I imagine that must have just been like you must have had to ask yourself some really hard questions during that time.
Yeah.
And I imagine that was a time where the hardest question would here we go again.
Yeah.
Do I really want to do the rehab, go back on tour?
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the most difficult periods, and as was the time where everyone was in Hong Kong as well for the World Teams.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess because I had the surgery, I was like, everything in my hand's good to go.
Yeah.
I didn't ever really address the wrist tear like properly with rehab. So I feel like that was just a learning lesson of like, oh my God, I can't just like have this surgery. And I started playing again. I eased into it, but like didn't really strengthen my hand and wrist.
Yeah.
So again, it was like, I couldn't believe it because I was so excited to play again. I was like entered into some April events in May and June. So then when I re-tore the wrist, I was like, I was definitely crushed, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna start from the basics and do rehab properly, like little wrist curls, little like finger digit things, like just very, very basic, boring things like any beginner rehab stuff. But
so was there anything of you going, I don't want to do this?
By that point in March, April, no. But
good.
In that early, like, it was maybe like just the November, December, where I like didn't know I needed surgery, didn't have a timeline, didn't know what was wrong with my hand. I think those were like the periods of time where I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Honestly. Just like the unknowns and no answers were the most difficult parts of the start of that, especially with like the US Open happening. That was really difficult. People were like asking questions,
Did you avoid going to it a little bit because of that? Did you? Because it's
I think so, but it was kind of unavoidable as well. At the same time, Amanda was playing.
Yeah.
So I started dog walking.
Oh, did you really?
Because I needed like some.
That's what So, injuries, I think, are like, you have to manufacture a routine.
Yeah,
You're like, if I go to my, and as if it's the most important thing in the world. You're like, I gotta do that thing now.
Yeah.
When I was injured, I baked scones. I was very good at baking, and I started.
I would have been like 7,000 pounds if I started baking anything for a year.
So that's what were your things? So what things did you put into your routine that were definitely not there? Dog walking is fascinating.
Yeah, well, I wanted some sort of income like ASAP.
Yeah.
I just got connected with a woman who has her own dog walking business in town. Like, it got me out, it got me active.
Yeah.
It's like everybody talks to you once you have a dog as well.
I don't like dogs.
But like, it was an easy way to socialize.
Yeah.
Kept me on a routine. Really just, easy to do.
Are the Olympics on the radar?
Yeah.
Is that the next? I was doing the maths. Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
32?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah. They're definitely on the radar, but I'm not thinking too much. No one even knows the criteria, I think. Yeah. So I feel like it's silly to like put that much emphasis on things. But of course, the Olympics are the Olympics, and I'm gonna work, but like there's little stepping stones, of course, before them.
Well, I'm done. I can do no more. I feel like my work here is done. I feel it's how are you doing?
Good. I botched it a little bit, but
I feel mine is a very accurate representation of what actually went on here. Okay, so there's only one thing left to do now, and that's the big reveal. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my! Yours. Look at me, Sabrina. I told you. She's really talented.
That's so bad.
Can I just show you what we were supposed to?
I'm actually crying.
This is what yours was supposed to look like. Look, I'm really sorry.
God, that's so funny.
Anyway,
after all that time, I didn't even get like a hair on my head.
Anyway, thank you very much. That's very good, actually. So I appreciate you drawing me, and thanks for watching. Okay, I told you it would be terrible.